Texans lose to the Jags in what most would call heartbreaking and some would call controversial around here. Let's get into the highlight reaction in the locker room.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the locker room on YouTube. You know what it is. Let's get it. Hey. Locker room.
All right,
yeah,
Texans fall to the Jags, on to the wild card. It is. Let's go through the highlight reaction. Reminder, this is the locker room, number one source for Texans daily digital content. You can hear me Monday through Friday, 10 to 2 Central on Sports Radio 610, the Odyssey app, Twitch, and YouTube. You can see me right here. Exclusive interviews, usually on Thursday from a Texans player straight off of the field. Let's get into the highlights. Again, this is not a film study. This is reaction to the highlights. We start with the Texans' first drive, and I got to say, it is nice to not watch this with sound on because Matt Ryan was a total and complete beating. Right off the top, Texans throwing, not as much running this week as there had been. Tank Dell, he did his thing. He makes he makes plays, makes one here. We get to 3rd and 9. Stroud feeling the pressure. This was kind of a constant theme. Stroud was having to use his legs a lot. Actually pretty close to making something happen here. A little swerve, gets hit out of bounds. Surprised the refs didn't throw the flag there. Don't think they should have, but with the way that they were calling the game, somewhat surprising. Jacksonville with the rock. Trevor Lawrence, he would actually lose Cam Robinson really early. And crazy enough, Cam Robinson, their starting left tackle, got hurt. He might have still played better than the Texans starting left tackle, Laramie Tunsil, who was getting beat up by Josh Allen, who was the best player on the field. Lawrence in the gun, just right over the middle. Ingram, there was a lot of talk about Ingram doesn't have a touchdown so far, but Ingram had a pretty good day along with most of the receivers. 3rd and 6 here, just right there on the sidelines. Zay Jones, he gave the corny speech before, perhaps one of the worst pregame speeches that I'd witnessed, but he ended up getting the job done. This is an interesting play here because the crew gave out the stat that the Jags on 3rd and 4th and 8 and more were actually 3 of 41 on the season. This was 3rd and 11 and 4 for 42 after this. One of Lawrence's better throws of the day. You see number 4, Tavier Thomas. You'll see him a lot. He was getting cooked. And it's hard to imagine that Doug Peterson and the Jags weren't just looking for Tavier Thomas. But they convert. There's the 3rd down struggles right there. You can see it 1 to 3 yards, 29th, 4 to 7th, 9th, and then 8+ yards last. But a big 3rd down there. Texans defense at this point looking to hold them. You see them conceding right there on 3rd and 11. That's basically just, we'll just throw this sideways pass to Travis Etienne, hope he can get the job done. Texans hold them to 3 and down 3-0, a couple drives into the ball game. But you could kind of see where the Jags were going to be looking. This was the 3rd and 20. This was a concede basically by the Texans. Nico Collins is really good at these, though. He gets a little bit closer. You'll see the Texans punt here. Then the Jags get the ball back. This was a very well-designed play. And I think this is one of the factors as to how the Jags were able to win this game. This is going to be Dearness Johnson, I believe, screenplay, 43 yards. Yes, just perfectly executed all the way down the field. Could have easily scored. Christian Harris with the good hustle knocks him down there at the 5. And then the Jags lining up, 1st and goal. Trevor Lawrence just jumps over there, touchdown, 10-zip Jags. And it's time for the Texans to respond, which they would. C.J. Stroud going to a few of his favorite targets on the next drive. First, a little Old Faithful action. Robert Woods moves the chains. Get up, point, let them know. You remember the Jags knocking you out of playoffs race last year with the Titans. C.J. Stroud, once again, just look at his pocket presence. Look at him having to run for his life, keeping his head up. using his legs. He gets up. He did a really good job of this. This was supposed to be one of his weaknesses. He's feeling it in the Reds. Once again, nice screen dialed up to Devin Singletary. He only had 6 carries today. You come off back-to-back 100-yard performances, and you have 6 carries, and Dameon Pierce has 5. I thought that was one of the real frustrating things with Bobby Slowick. And then here's that rookie connection everyone loves, formerly known as 7-1-3. Now it's just 7-3. CJ Stroud keeping his hands up, keeping his head up. Small, Tank Dell, boom, touchdown. 10-7 Texans. And the Texans much needed response to the Jags, but the Jags would respond to this. Luke Farrell, however the hell you say it, another 40-yard reception. Trevor Lawrence making some good throws, but just dumping it down, and the Jags getting a bunch of yak. It was Dearness the last play. This time it was Luke Farrell, Christian Kirk right there in the middle. You see number 4, best seat in the house, Tavier Thomas. Christian Kirk getting hyped up. Lawrence back to throw again. This was a tough one. Calvin Ridley had an awful first half last time these two faced. Should have caught that. Should have been 17-7 Jags. Perfect throw by Trevor Lawrence. And then the Jags extend the lead to 3. For all the talk about, what the Texans could have done, what would have happened, coulda, woulda, shoulda. The Jags should have probably had a 17-7 lead at that point. Texans, though, looking to respond. Remember, Ka'imi Fairbairn, he's on IR, so Matt Amendola is the kicker. 2nd and 11 across the middle. Once again, little Tank Dell action. Get up with the point. You're getting close to field goal range, you think, although Amendola had never made a 50-yarder. Remember that. CJ with the rollout, keeping his head up again. Now, look at this. This ref says this is one of the more ridiculous calls. And I think the calls were equally bad. As a matter of fact, I think the Texans probably had the biggest benefit. But this is funny. So the guy who's right here, who has the perfect view that we've seen, he's going to come in and say it's a catch. All right. This jackass over here is going to run and say, no, it's not a catch. It's not a catch. And he's going to do the incomplete and say he's out. So you tell me who had the better view there. It was clearly the guy who said it was a catch, but the jackass who said it was just emphatic about it. So it gets taken away. Texans have to kick a 50-yard field goal. I think we know how this is going to go. He's never made one in his entire career. Not even close. 13-7. And the Jags with a chance right there at the 40 to be aggressive. Should be up 17-7 at this point, Jacksonville. But the Ridley drop. Now let's look for number 4 again. Okay, there he is. Good hustle by Thomas here. Gets Kirk out of bounds at the 1. I thought Doug Peterson should have kicked the field goal here to take the 16-7 lead. You got the ball to start the half. He decided to go for it, and the Texans with some momentum here. Des King just re-signed. He sets the edge. Jalen Petrie over there, he's diving. Probably maybe could have called a hold there even. But the Texans get the stop. Very fortunate to be down 13-7, although you had the Tank Dell bad call, et cetera. But you had the Ridley drop along with Doug Peterson's interesting decision. Start of the first half, Calvin Ridley probably trying to redeem himself. He moves the chains for 11. And then this is the most controversial call of the game, or one of them. Ridley moves the chains again. And here it comes in a second. At the end, moving. You can see Jacksonville's kind of moving the rock here. I mean, they're going for the kill. They're trying to get the 2-possession lead. And then here it comes. Action. Jalen Petrie clearly grabs Ingram, and Derek Stingley with an interception for the 2nd consecutive week, 3rd of his career, 2nd of Trevor Lawrence, going back into the 1 of the end zone last year. This was a clear, blatant, not just hold. This was a tackle by Jalen Petrie. Let's look back at this. I mean, just grabs him. Stingley, good ball skills, though. Still a good play by Stingley, despite the call. But a big break for the Texans. Opportunity to go take the lead, and they'll take advantage here. Texans 13-7. Jacksonville fans pissed off. Texans will get their chance to be pissed off if they're not already soon. Nico up the middle. Nico was actually upset after this. I think he thought he should have got in the end zone. A little shoestring tackle to the 15. Then we get into the red zone. CJ hands it to Singletary. Imagine that. Singletary with a hell of a run. He gets inside the 2. They try to play a little smash mouth football. And then we got third down. Bobby Slowick in the bag. The fake dive. CJ Stroud goes in. Let's get a little baby boy celebration. How about that? How about appreciating the old school movies? CJ Stroud, little baby boy action. The smack. Jags looking to respond. Trevor Lawrence just steps up in the pocket. He wasn't pressured all day. Ridley kind of finding his groove after the rough start. He's going back to the huddle. He's feeling himself. Lawrence again. Ingram feeling it. It's not good intermediate coverage for the Texans. It's kind of been a theme all year. From the 5, interference on Tavier Thomas. That's the same. That's the same side of the field where you had the early stuff. Could have gone either way. I think I didn't have as much of a problem with that one. Makes it first down, third down now. Looking to hold him to 3. Gonna get a touchdown from Ridley. Couple of pass interferences by Thomas. Ridley finally carrying his weight with the Jags. 2-point conversion. Lawrence all day. Right back to him. Let's give him the 8 spot. If you have Ridley in fantasy, PPR, it's at least 9 points for you. Texans looking to respond 14-21. Stroud right across the middle. Nico again. Nico, I think he had 7 for a hundo and a touchdown. Texans getting near midfield. This drive's going to stall, though. 3rd and 6. Jags just bringing pressure. I mean, Josh Allen just owned Laramie Tunsil today. I mean, just completely kicked his ass. You make a case that Josh Allen was the best player on the field today for either team. Kind of danger zone for the Texans. About 16 minutes remaining in the game. Little throwback to Etienne. Jalen Petrie misses a tackle. Go figure. And then the Jags threatening to score again. Get to the 30. Texans defense actually did a pretty good job of holding up when it was desperation time. Stingley, good effort. Ridley's just kind of feeling himself at this point. Jags don't end up getting it done. They're 3rd and 7. We know how bad their third down offense is. Well, not necessarily today. They get 1 yard away with a chance to make it a 2-possession game and end it. 53-yard attempt. Knocks it through. Jags up 10, 11-20 remaining. You're starting to kind of look at the clock if you're a Texans fan. Little Tank Dell reverse. First one that we saw of the day. We'd see Mechie, Singletary, and then we're going to get to 3rd and 1. And this is where I think Bobby Slowick was weird. 3rd and 1, no run. Okay. Going to take a deep shot. All right. 4th down. Surely you're going to run it now, right? Singletary's been pretty good. Nope. Let's throw a long route to Schultz. A lot of people pissed off here. 9:15 remaining. You're down 10. Run game non-existent. Bobby Slowick wants no part of it. Jags looking to touchdown, ends it. Field goal makes it interesting. Texans kind of in the make or break area here. 3rd and 13. Again, you get him in that incomplete pass, and then Doug Peterson decides he's going to kick it here. I thought this was an interesting decision. You punt it down there. You have a punter that leads the league in downing them in the 10. They got to go score two times. Instead, you give them the ball near midfield. We know how CJ Stroud is in the 4th quarter. You need to score quickly. That's what CJ would do. 2nd and 10, over the top. Hutchinson, a little Hutchinson sighting. Maybe we'll see a little bit more of the rookie out of Iowa State. CJ goes back, looking, using the legs, across the middle. Nico right there. 1 minute and a 50-yard drive, which is what you needed here. 5:05 remaining, down 3 points. Etienne gets up again. Not bad there, because if they can get 2 first down, if they can go 20 yards instead of 10, it makes it to where you can get in the bend don't break field goal range in a while. I thought this was a hell of an effort by Zay Jones. It was good effort by Stingley as well. Ends up being incomplete, and the Texans are going to get the ball with 3 minutes left. Stroud with his legs again. And the penalty's on the Jags, so the play is going to remain. And at this point, if you're a Texans fan, I wouldn't say you're overconfident, but you're pretty confident. But here's the thing. And there you go, Brevin Jordan. That was on 3rd down. That was actually after the Texans had put themselves in a rough spot. But here's the thing. You only have 1 timeout, because you used the timeout on 12 men on the field in special teams, and you used it on something on offense. So it's do or die here. Now, it might be in any situation, but you don't even have like a puncher's chance. It's 100% do or die here because of the clock management. This is one where CJ's just got to throw it at the running back's legs. That's easy for me to say. I don't have, someone coming at me like that, but yeah, you just got to throw it at the running back's legs right there. He's got the right idea, just can't do it. It looked like they were trying to set up a screen. Josh Allen once again. So you're getting 2nd and 25. CJ looking up, finds Nico, makes it a little bit manageable. You get to midfield, 3rd and 8. Stepping up again, Woods, and this is where you're thinking, damn, where the hell is field goal range? This dude hadn't made anything over 50 in his entire career. What the hell are we doing here? 1st and 10. Laramie Tunsil just getting punked. Josh Allen again, flex on him, man. He might have the money, but you got him this ball game. 3rd and 19. Stroud looking to make something happen. So close yet so far. 3rd and 12. Now, in this situation, 58-yard attempt. I'm sorry. I'm going for 12 yards from CJ Stroud instead of something that's never happened with this kicker, Matt Amendola. That's what I'm doing. Jacksonville called a timeout. D'Amico had initially sent the kicker out. I thought maybe that would cause him to change his mind. I thought wrong. Amendola with the attempt. Thump. Some people are saying that's close. I don't think it's not as close as it looks. Now, it hits the front, but it like hits the front and goes right down. It's not like it like bounced up and could have gone over. I mean, that was the best effort that he could give. But again, not hindsight. Set it in the moment. Let CJ Stroud try to get 12 yards instead of letting this kicker try to do what he does. Trevor Lawrence, man, we got you. Amendola, oh yeah, good effort. Blah, blah, blah. Texans lose to the Jags. Tonight we'll lay out. We're past the division now. The division is firmly in the Jags' grasp. The wild card, though, not all is bad. Texans catch another break there. We do the state of the Texans after every Monday Night Football concludes. We'll do the Week 12 edition today. Be sure to subscribe, like, right along. It is the Locker Room, #1 source for Texans daily digital content. Most importantly, listen to me on the air. I'm going to be on the air here at 10 a.m. Reaction Monday is going to be lit, and we are going to bring that fire. I can promise you that. #1 radio program in Houston. Don't miss it. Remember, when it comes to this Texas stuff, we're all in it together. Appreciate you for coming into the Locker Room.
For days, opinions to give, we got takeaways. If it's up, then it's up. We #1. You don't need to try your luck. Locker Room, yeah, we in the locker.